It's funny when I'm introduced a lead judge, this is probably the perfect place to explain the A. So when I first started speaking and doing online content, I Googled my name, lead judge. There's a Kansas City cartoonist that's been around for years named Lead Judge. I thought, there's no way I'll ever hit first page for my own name. So my first name actually is Alexander. So I said, well, it's time to be a lead judge. And so now I can actually own the home page for my own name. So that was my first win. All right, so content for the robots. First disclosure, I'm not a robot. I have emotions. I do love to find patterns in things. But in terms of the emotional part, I hope you'll give a good rating to this presentation. In this presentation, the robot, of course, is referred to as it's the algorithm we're talking about, the Google algorithm. Now, of course, the other search engines have their algorithms as well, but if you can win with Google, then you're pretty much good with the rest of them as well. So since only a few people actually know the algorithm, you'll see people write that there's 100 or even 1,000. The number's always changing on how many data points they use for search engine ranking. It's always changing, but the truth is nobody really knows except for a few people and, of course, some robots. So what I will do is try to lead you in the right direction and give you some tips. I'm not going to go into, this is not a extreme data, super nerdy session. I'm going to give you some cool things as creators. What can you do today to make your content rank better, okay? We're going to get into the weeds a little bit, but just enough for you to go tell somebody else, hey, you're hurting my content. Go fix this stuff, all right? Okay, so I found this quote when I was putting the presentation together that says, I hate the word content. It implies words on a page, a commodity to be produced separated from the value it creates. So taking it the way that Cyrus Shepard meant it was basically we can't start creating content with the idea of creating content, to just do something we're supposed to do, to just, hey, this thing is popular, let's create content. We have to make sure we create it with value in mind first. But I'll take it a bit further. As I analyze this, I realize it's not just words. Most of the time when we talk about SEO for our content, we go really deep into the text on our pages and how to rewrite our articles and our blogs and our websites based on the text. But there's a whole lot more to it. As a content creator, we create lots of content from graphic stuff to audio to video, and all those things are important in SEO. And as Google gets smarter and smarter, we have to be sure to address those things. So as content creators, what is our goal? Well, we always want up and to the right. I used to have a CEO who would often walk down the hallway and just yell, up and to the right, up and to the right. Basically, that's what our goals are. We want to create views and engagement with our content and make things go up and to the right. But there's a little bit of a problem with that. So as we create content, we have to make sure that content gets the attention of the robots. And here's a few things that we often miss when we're trying to create that content. First, we lead by our own biases. We lack the proper research, whether it be keyword research or understanding how the content we're creating will be viewed by Google. We ignore the technical steps because sometimes you have siloed departments in your organization between the creatives, the ones who are writing, the ones who are technical on the website. All those things must work together to make your content rank. It's often unclear to the gatekeeper, the robot, what you're talking about. We'll get into how to make sure that the robot understands the point you're trying to get across. Did I miss one? Oh, yeah. Overlooks multimedia formats, and we're definitely going to dive into that today. Okay, so the goal is to create content for the robot while at the same time trying to think like a human. The robot's trying to think like a human, and we have to always keep those two elements in mind, right? You want the human element, the emotion, the right content that's readable and understandable and engaging, but at the same time, the robot has to understand what you're saying and find what you're saying and favor it to present it to the human. So you're influencing the robot while you're creating for a human. You're creating for a human while influencing the robot. So we're going to talk about these 4 content types today and some tactics of how to address these 4. Images, text, audio, and video. All right? So pictures, images. A picture paints 1,000 points of data. There's a lot more to that image than, well, it's pleasing to my viewer on my web page. There's a lot more to it to that. So let's get into it. Google has this product that it sells called Cloud Vision. Now, this product is something they sell as something totally separate from SEO, but we know that it's Google's product, and we know they're using it within their own algorithm. So it would make sense to understand that if they're using this, they have ability to understand images to this level, then we want to use that information to better suit our images, the content we create, to make sure that it is appealing to the robot. Here's an example. So Google's image analysis tool classifies uploaded images, meaning images on your website. Objects, labels, web entities, text, properties, safe search, and even faces. There's a tool that I'll show you a link to. In fact, all of these slides and these tools will be on my website at contentmonsta.com/resources. They're all there, so don't worry about getting the links if they're too small for you to see. This is an image that I uploaded that was actually a stock image, and I picked it on purpose to find one that was busy, to see what Google thought of this busy image, and it nailed it. Supermarket, retail, even recognized there's a customer in the aisle. So that was very impressive. Now, let's go a bit further. I said, let me just upload my own photo and see what happens. And, there's actually a tab that tells you what the person's expression is. I came out as very serious. It showed a beard, all those kind of things. But I want to show this one. This kind of surprised me of how well they nailed me. Marketing, digital marketing, company advertising, CMO, founder, all those things are exactly me. Now, it found that because that image, of course, is on multiple websites, and on those websites come those words, and so it is associated, that image, which is a unique image to me, it's not a stock image, it's only an image that I've produced, but is also related to certain sites. So it will help Google to understand where this image goes, and if you Google A. Lee Judge, this image should probably come up because of all the places associated with that name. Well, funny thing is, before I began going so deep into marketing, I think my first marketing roots began years ago, separate lifetime. I was an international touring DJ. That's a part of life that it was great. I enjoyed it. I learned a lot about personal branding, and I had to live by my personal brand. But I'm okay with people forgetting about that part of my life. Well, Google didn't. I uploaded that picture, and Google said, yeah, this picture is a disc jockey. He loves to wear glasses. He has a mustache, radio personality. His name is DJ Judgmental. I don't know what maybe its time was. Maybe it's time to retire. I don't know what that came from. But it nailed it. Same picture, same person, different picture, but it recognized all the web entities that those images were associated with. So think about that when you add an image to your page. Is this a stock image that, oh, wait, I got to stop on this one. I uploaded a picture of me and Joe from last year. Now, I took the picture because I was admiring Joe's totally orange outfit, down to the shoes. And it recognized right down to the text on our badges what was in the image. Of course, it's not perfect, and this is block, 12 through 15 out of 20, 30 blocks that it recognized. But it recognized, even recognized that there were two men wearing pants. It recognized the logos. It recognized the image in the background. And it also picked up on our names pretty accurately. Recognized beard and receding hairline. Okay, no, didn't get that one, but it'd be accurate if it did. Maybe I didn't scroll far enough. So let's talk about the images you choose. What if you choose a stock image? Now, we all know it costs more to go out and get a photographer for your website for certain images, but even if you use stock, you need to think about that image and how it's being used. This is a stock image, and Google was able to tell me in this tool where this image had been used. So it may be a good idea to use this tool to upload an image you're considering using to see where it's at, to make sure it isn't already associated with something that's either bigger than your brand or opposing your brand, right? So this particular image, it linked to Amazon, Unsplash, where it came from. Free photos. They do have good ones, but you got to consider what you're doing with it. Facebook, in fact, one of the most popular one was a Facebook page from a university that used this image as one of their students. I made the mistake of clicking on the Amazon link. I'm thinking, why is Amazon linking to this? Well, it linked to the glasses she's wearing, and now Amazon's chasing me down to buy these glasses. So careful when you use the tool what you click on, because Amazon. But if you overuse free images, you can forget the SEO juice for that image, right? So if you Google something, you're going to see, along with regular results, you'll often see image results. And then, of course, there's an image tab with totally all image results. So keep that in mind when you use images. So a study by Backlinko, they're an awesome website that does a lot of research on SEO, Brian Dean. Their research showed that at least one image made a significant improvement on your results. Now, they also found that once you get 2, 3, or 4 or more, it didn't hurt, but it didn't help either. So the key thing was to make sure there is an image at least. All right? So to wrap up images, does Google rank based on images? Well, here's what we know. In the past, they've been quoted saying that they would in the future. That was 2011. This is the future. All right? They obviously are more intelligent. They have the tools to recognize what's in images, what the images are about. So if you know they're being analyzed, why would you not want to make sure you're more careful about the images you use in your content? And also the fact that I mentioned, too, if you want to show for your image, for example, if you are very product-oriented, say you're a retail shop, say you're a bakery, there's a million stock photos of cakes, but if you want to be associated with a certain kind of cake, you want to use your images and not anything that's stock. That goes for anything retail or commercial, anything else. All right? At the very least, do the basic stuff of getting your captions and your descriptions and your file names and your text. All those things you should do for images, but know there's a lot more to it from Google's point of view. All right, so let's get into the things you hear about the most, which is the text content. So the most valuable of all talents, according to Thomas Jefferson, is using 2 words when one will do. I'll alter that just a little bit and say, well, you don't want to use even 2 words without considering the metadata. Let's do a quick group exercise here. We're going to split the room. This side of the room, you all are a large real estate firm, okay? And you want to be the best, well-known, most up and to the right real estate firm in your area, mostly non-commercial, and you want to run some Google ads. You want to make sure you put the right keywords into your content about your real estate company. So with some hands, can someone give me some words you think you might want to show, to search for, or to have in your campaign? Buying and selling. Okay. All right, big, since you all are kind of far away, we'll just say buying, selling. All right, any other keywords? You're a real estate company. What are you? Residential. All right. We'll just do a few for the sake of time, maybe one more. House. All right. All right. I'm taking a risk here because I have some really educated people here, so I want to make sure I don't put myself in a corner. All right, this side. You're a young family, 1.5 kids. You tired of your apartment. You want to move to a good neighborhood, and you're searching for a home. What do you search for? Best school districts. All right. Schools. Anything else? Family neighborhood. Just put fam neighborhood. Horrible writing. All right. Number of bedrooms. Put bedrooms. All right, you got those kids, you got to put them somewhere. One more. Parks. All right. Are we seeing a problem here yet? That's what we do. We often think about things in terms of what we think is important in our business. And we're not thinking about what our customers are actually searching for. So we have to really focus on how do your customers talk about what you offer. Let me give you an example of a case study I did. Well, before that, I'm going to go a little even further outrageous. Let's say you're starting a new company, and you're being creative with your name and what your offering is, and you're trying to find homes for homeless or abandoned cats. You say, you know what? I'm going to advertise for pre-owned cats. Yeah, kind of ridiculous, but we've all seen things that are just as bad. So first of all, Google's going to try to correct you and say, that's ridiculous. Nobody's going to do a search term pre-owned cats. He must mean cars. And there are all the results. Pre-owned cars. The result is robots won't find your pre-owned cats company. The prospects certainly won't find you because Google's not going to help. The robot is going to be like, they're crazy. We don't know what this is. This is brand new. And, of course, your pet store will, like my mic just did, okay. So here's a real case, it's a little closer to reality. This is a case that I worked with a few years ago. They were a software company, and they have some amazing software that's in the chatbot area, but theirs was much more intelligent. Their chatbot would be able to connect to a company's back end. They could load up the company's whole entire knowledge base, all their product manuals, any knowledge a company had digitized, their chatbot could access it. And what that meant was that not only could the customers visiting their website get information from their chatbot, even the customer service agents, when they're talking to you on the phone, can also ask their own personal assistant chatbot, okay, this person just asked for a discount there in Kansas, can I do this? Chatbot looks through the information, says no, only on October that ended. So the chatbot was really, really sophisticated. So the company said, okay, let's go out and make sure that for all our competitors who do chatbots, that we're showing up wherever they're showing up. So what they found was, okay, here's the PPC keywords you want to go after. Our industry, our competition, they're all getting traffic from chatbots, customer service, call center automation, and customer service chat. So here's where the communication between your departments comes in key. While the one team, the marketing team, is working on finding the right keywords to pay for ads, the product team is guiding another different department on how we're going to redo the website to make sure we're ready for this launch for these new products. So what they do is they go make a new web page and use all their awesome words of exactly what they do. Intelligent assistant, intelligent self-service, agent assistant, customer assistant. These are all things that product said, this is what we're going to call our product. It's different, it's special, it's not just a chatbot. We won't be known for chatbot because we're so much better than that. Well, they ran ads on chatbot, different department. They pointed those ads to the intelligent assistants and the intelligent self-service page. I'm sure you can imagine what happened. When you run those words to those pages, Google just bounced back off. Does anybody actually run any Adwords campaigns? Okay, so you may have seen on the back end after you've launched some keywords, Google will tell you your ad's not running. And the natural tendency is to go, why? And it says, not relevant. Their campaign was just blood red but not relevant because they paid for chatbot. You click on it, or the robot goes to it and says, oh, this page does not even have chatbot on it. This is about intelligent assistant. This is some new technology, and it bounces back. So you get a bounce. You get a bad experience. That's what Google's going to assume that you got because people did click and bounce back. And also, the biggest thing is the relevance. If the page does not mention the actual thing that your customers are typing and looking for, even if you have a higher level technology or you have a new term, you need to at least say, in this case, our product is more than a chat bot. It is an intelligent assistant. That way the robots can tell that this page is relevant to the words that you are actually advertising. So you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that your PPC keywords always match the page that they're pointing to.